Hi, it's Simon, and hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday, 22nd of April 2020, and it is a gorgeous sunny day here in the UK. I must admit, I'm bowled away. It's warm, it's sunny. In fact, it's so sunny I'm sort of squinting a bit in the sun there. So it's April, it's springtime, but it feels like a summer's day. It feels like the kind of day when you want to get out to a park, out to get in water, and it is Earth Day today, celebration of planet Earth, thinking about those things we need to focus on to make sure this planet is here for us. And I think it's easy for us to take for granted the small things. Partly why I'm filming out in the garden is these trees and blossoms that I loved seeing sort of spring up a few months ago. And they're still starting. We've still got more and more butterflies coming around. We're still in that lovely phase of spring when nature is unfolding itself. And I think with people in the UK locked down, there's more of that going on. We've seen photos from around the world people are sharing where nature is sort of coming back into cities, whether it's wild deer, whether it's foxes, whether it's otters. There's this natural capacity for nature to thrive, often when it's left its own devices, and it might do that in unexpected ways. My mother's been a great gardener, and I've been around that experience of watching gardeners and seeing how you can shape a landscape for many years. But if I'm honest, the most beautiful places to me have always been those wild meadows, those wild natural places. Now often in the past there was this interactivity, there was the human and the nature and the animal interacting. Now what do I mean by that? Because of the animals there, they would alter the landscape, they'd shift the landscape, they'd be part of making sure that plant vegetation were diversified, they were transported. In fact, that's why we have fruit the way we do. And I think a lot of that process has got lost. If you think about how few times now we are part of that process of incubating a seed, moving it somewhere and helping it land and grow, we're not really doing that the way we used to. In fact, more and more we're trying to lock things down. So for me, for Earth Day today, I'm present to that willingness to allow nature to be itself more, and the openness to allow things to move. And I also love that we can, in a relatively short time, often actually make a big difference. We can clean something up, we can remove those elements that we've added. I know in my lifetime plastic has been one of those aspects that's taken over. Virtually everything is wrapped in plastic, covered in plastic. If you've ever had a delivery from one of those major corporations, they'll come with a box wrapped in plastic, inside this plastic, and often you might have this giant box looking after a very tiny thing because, well, three things. They're trying to make it perceive as value because, of course, larger means better. I don't agree with that, but it seems to be that way. Also trying to have it arrive in pristine condition because, we can't have any scratches or marks on our things. And thirdly, because that's the way things seem to go. We like the shine. And we often talk about people preferring the sizzle than actually the quality, the underlying elements of it. Those people that buy the book and put it on the shelf for reading the book. And I think a lot of that is what we are guilty for. We buy things, we engage with things, but we're not really taking them to their fullest. We're not really having that experience. I had a flashback to when I was a very young boy picking wild blackberries. If you've never had that experience, they're amazing. When you're not near a road, but wild blackberries that are lush and ripe, and as you bite them, their juice is going everywhere, and they're messy and sticky and stainy. But that experience has stayed with me, and there's something about that relishing of life that nature and planet Earth makes possible. If we were literally, we are in a spaceship, as Bucky would call it, this is Spaceship Earth, but if we were in like sort of a normal airplane, you can't do that right today, the way we've constructed them. They have that capacity to be locked and loaded where we're to be this much and very managing our resources. Well, actually, we do that here, but in a whole different way. We have such a large planet that we could be using in a whole different way. And I've been thinking today about how little of the planet I've actually explored. Yes, I've been to Africa, I've been to America, I've been to Europe, and I have travelled around the UK. And I'm also clear that I've seen this much out of what's there to be seen, literally a tiny percentage out of the global scope and scale there is. Now, there are some places I would choose not to go. The deepest colds of Antarctica, the deepest heat of the volcanoes that are erupting around the world and have those lava flows. There are places that aren't good for me. I like being in a not too hot, not too cold place. Even today I'm aware if I spend a few hours in the sun, I would probably start getting a little bit flushed and red. And so we have to be aware of that. The environment is giving us clues about how we can be. And I think when we were more nomadic, when we were more in touch with nature, more in tune with these cycles and seasons, it gives us a whole different way to operate. And we're going to go on to our next global call. Thank you for watching this, and hopefully you're having a great Earth Day. And wherever you are, thank you for being you, being part of this world we live in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.